新任警務處處長周一鳴見記者，我哋睇睇現場。周一鳴朝頭早喺行政長官李家超嘅監誓下已經宣誓就職，兩任嘅警務處長星期一亦都已經進行交接儀式。今年52歲嘅周一鳴，原為警務處副處長，喺1995年加入警隊做檢察督察。行政會議召集人葉劉淑儀亦都相信，憑周一鳴豐富嘅警務經驗，可以秉持忠誠勇毅精神，領導警隊，亦都唔會因為前任嘅制裁感到壓力。
低翻啲，唔該。
而周一鳴喺2020年升任助理處長，喺2021年獲委任為高級助理處長，喺2022年晉升為副處長。行政長官李家超亦都讚揚周一鳴表現卓越，同埋具領導才能，深信佢有足夠能力帶領警隊迎接未來嘅挑戰。
歡迎各位記者出席今日新任警務處處長周一鳴先生周 Sir 會見傳媒嘅活動啦。咁喺正式開始之前呢，咁周 Sir 咧係會先講幾句説話㗎。咁有請周 Sir。
好，唔該晒先。咁午安各位傳媒嘅朋友、各位市民，我今日咧感到好光榮、好榮幸接任警務處處長一職，去帶領一支好優秀嘅團隊。我首先咧想喺度咧係多謝行政長官嘅提名以及國務院嘅任命，同時間呢，我亦都想喺度咧係多謝剛剛退休嘅警務處處長蕭澤頤先生蕭 Sir， 多謝佢喺過往幾年呢帶領警隊跨過唔少嘅挑戰，為咗香港嘅治安以及警隊嘅發展呢付出咗唔少。同一時間，我亦都想喺度多謝我嘅同事、我嘅一啲戰友、我嘅朋友，以及我嘅家人，特別係我父母，多謝佢哋一直以嚟嘅支持同埋鼓勵。過往幾年呢，香港整體嘅社會情況呢係保持穩定，治安情況亦都係維持平穩。其實呢啲都係得來不易，呢啲咧都係有賴警隊上下，包括咗我哋正規嘅同事、文職嘅同事，以及輔警嘅同事，佢哋所有嘅付出，佢哋嘅默默耕耘。同一樣重要、同一樣關鍵嘅咧，會係警民同心，大家一齊咧為香港呢個家咧係去付出每一分嘅努力。喺嚟緊嘅日子咧，我將會延續歷任警務處處長佢哋嘅專業精神，承先啟後，帶領警隊咧係 提升我哋嘅自身能力，去令到香港繼續安全同埋穩定。我有3個未來重點嘅方向。第一係維護國家安全，同埋咧係提升全民國家安全嘅意識。第二係推動一個智慧警政，善用科技，好好咧去提升我哋喺嘅行動效率、工作效能，以及咧係提供更加好嘅、更加優質嘅服務。第三係鞏固一個團隊嘅文化，希望深化到人員嘅共同價值觀以及歸屬感，提供一啲更加到位嘅支援，同埋一啲機遇發展嘅機會。最後，我係會繼續帶領警隊，以忠誠勇毅、心繫社會嘅精神，確保香港會繼續維持係社會世界上面其中一個最安全、最穩定嘅城市。Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It is my great pleasure and honor and privilege to be appointed as the Commissioner of Police in leading such an elite organization. And first of all, I would like to thank the Chief Executive for his nomination and the Central People's Government for the appointment. I would also like to extend my thanks to the former Commissioner, Mr. Raymond Seal, for his significant and selfless contributions over the past few years in leading the police force to overcome various challenges. Last but not least, I would like to thank my friends, my colleagues, and my family, particularly my parents, for their continuous support and encouragement. Over the past few years, I will not take it for granted for the stability and security of Hong Kong. It is attributable to the concerted efforts exerted by every member of the police force, including but not limited to regular, civilian, and auxiliary staff. It is equally vital for the police force to have been working alongside the community to keep Hong Kong safe. In the years to come, I will uphold the professionalism established by my predecessors, and I will build upon the successes in enhancing the capabilities and also to ensure the security and safety in Hong Kong. There are 3 main areas of focus. First of all, safeguarding national security and enhancing national security awareness of the whole community. Secondly, to promote smart policing by leveraging on technology to enhance our operational effectiveness and efficiency, and to provide a better quality of service. Thirdly, to strengthen a team culture by deepening the force values and also the sense of belonging. And we will also provide adequate support and career opportunities for our officers. To summarize, I'm committed to leading the police force to continue to serve Hong Kong with honor, duty, and loyalty, and to ensure Hong Kong remains as one of the safest and most stable societies in the world. Thank you.
好，而家開始答問環節啦。想問問題嘅記者咧，麻煩先舉手。咁我哋同事會遞咪俾你嘅。咁啊，麻煩先介紹自己所屬嘅機構啦。咁今日傳媒比較多㗎，咁所以咧每次咧最多會係問2題問題㗎。咁嗰邊紅色衫嗰位先生。
處長你好，香港電台㗎。首先想問一問啦，即係你過往長期從事呢個刑事同埋情報搜索嘅工作啦，你會點樣評估而家嘅香港嘅國家安全風險啦？最近呢個國安風險有冇一啲嘅變化啦？第二個問題就係保安局局長早前就話，即係社會上仍然有一啲嘅軟對抗啦，喺度會唔會舉到一啲嘅例子？邊啲係即係一啲軟對抗嘅例子咧？警方又會點樣應對咧？唔該。
好，唔該晒你嘅提問先啊。 我諗大家都睇得到喺自從5年前啦，國安法同埋舊年呢個維護國家安全條例啊實施之後咧，其實係一個定海神針，亦都令到香港咧整體個社會個情況咧係穩定。咁呢個咧大家都係有目共睹嘅。咁我諗國家安全咧係一定係最重要嘅一個環節啦。咁但係大家可能咧會見到依家雖然個社會係平靜比較平穩，但係你話係咪真係完全冇暗湧咧？我可以話俾你聽唔係嚇，始終咧暗湧係處處嘅。咁呢個亦都係因為咁樣咧，我哋警隊係更加有責任要去保障國家安全，去維護國家安全。軟對抗，好多人咧用緊唔同嘅方式，喺一啲唔同嘅方法。具體嘅例子我唔需要去逐一去解釋，但係大家可以係留意得到咧，其實喺社會上面仍然係會有好多人咧希望喺唔同嘅機遇下面咧去嘗試透過一啲媒體啊，或者係啲文化藝術嘅項目啊等等咧去嘗試去煽動其他人。咁我諗呢個咧亦都係大家可以，即係我相信大家都去了解同埋可以明白。咁呢個咧亦都係我哋嚟緊喺未來嘅日子咧係要更加去鞏固呢一方面，同埋亦都希望唔同嘅市民咧對一個國家安全個概念同埋個意識咧係更加去理解。
好，下一位。
處長你好啊，即係見到信報嘅都見到前一哥喺 last day 嘅時候都俾人制裁到啦，你自己會唔會有壓力？擔唔擔心打擊到警隊嘅士氣啦？都想問下新上任之後你有咩首要嘅工作，點樣去排優次咧？唔該。
好，唔該晒先。我諗大家亦都可以咧，其實可以睇得到啊。咁啊，過往咧，其實美國政府去用一個制裁嘅模式啦，係一啲野蠻嘅行為，係希望嘗試咧去恫嚇到一啲公職人員，特別係警隊其中嘅啲成員咧，希望用呢一個制裁嘅模式咧去打壓到。令到我哋咧係唔再去喺國家安全嗰度咧係擺多啲心機。咁呢個其實亦都可以證明到咧，其實我哋做緊嘅嘢咧就係正正係令到佢哋覺得我哋係真係成功，真係有效。咁呢個咧更加令到我哋更加應該要去再做多啲。對我嚟講咧，我覺得呢個唔應該係一個話因為會唔會擔心被制裁。反而係應該諗下，我點樣去再做得好啲，再做得多啲。同埋呢一個咧，我相信咧係唔應該，同埋我亦都會係以一個無畏無懼嘅模式咧，係帶領警隊咧去接受呢一類型嘅挑戰嘅。咁至於你話喺接任之後咧一啲嘅首要嘅工作啦，其實我頭先都講咗喺3方面啦。第一就喺國家安全方面，亦都啱啱喺第一條問題講咗啦。咁第二條問題咧就係話喺點樣可以善用啲科技啦，去令到我哋嘅工作效能啦，會去更加提升啦。點樣可以係以事半功倍嘅方法去做嘢啦？咁啊，同埋就係點樣可以令到我哋提供俾市民嘅一啲服務咧，嗰個效率或者係其他一啲嘅質素咧，可以更加提升。咁第三咧，亦都講咗喺我哋自己嘅團隊啊，個團隊嘅精神。咁希望咧喺呢度咧係可以帶領整個團隊點樣可以令到新一代同埋舊一代，我之前都有講過，點樣可以令到成個銜接所有一啲新入職嘅同事，點樣可以更加令到佢哋明白到究竟我哋警隊嘅價值觀啊，同埋究竟之後嘅方向啊，同埋一啲有經驗嘅同事點樣可以充分利用佢哋嘅經驗等等，同埋佢哋嘅一啲專業嘅知識啊咁。咁我諗呢啲都係我哋嚟緊喺之後，我喺呢段時間咧會同我嘅團隊一齊咧係喺方面咧係作出啲努力嘅。
周 Sir 你好啊，想問下咧反修例事件嗰度咧，即係蕭 Sir 任內都非常關注一啲被捕嘅年輕人啦。咁你其實當其時都有負責處理警民衝突等等嘅事件，想問下嚟緊上任會有咩跟進工作啦？會唔會包括係加快一啲案件處理嘅速度，即係協助呢班被捕人早日去更新呢？咁第二就想問下咧，今年年初包括係即係7名休班警啦，有12人就因為洗黑錢被捕，咁當中都有2個嘅警員係涉嫌詐騙啦。想問下有冇覺得近年一啲即係警員可能違規啊違紀嘅情況有嚴重到？咁你上任之後會點樣去即係跟進呢啲嘅工作咧？
請問邊間機構？ 請問邊間機構？
明報
係唔該晒。好，咁啊，首先講翻啦，即係答咗第二條問題先啦嚇。咁啊，講到話有啲同事啊，可能係因為同一啲紀律啊，或者係一啲刑事罪行有關咧而被捕嘅。咁其實一直以嚟咧，警隊其實大家都見到咧，我哋都係用緊一個絕對係唔會姑息呢一類型嘅態度去處理嘅。咁亦都喺內部裏面咧，我哋都係做緊好多唔同方面嘅一啲教育啊、文化啊等等嘅方法嘅。咁我諗喺呢一度咧，我哋會繼續去深化呢啲工作啦。但係同一時間咧，我哋仍然係會喺一個公平公正嘅態度去處理呢啲案件。咁如果佢哋真係違法嘅咧，我哋絕對係唔會姑息。咁至於你頭先講到嘅年青人嗰方面啦，咁的而且確咁啊，喺我較早前咧，喺一開場長白嘅時候咧，亦都講到其實承先啟後係一個重點。即係話咧，喺過往咁多年咧，其實警隊歷任嘅警務處處長咧，佢哋都係做咗好多一啲唔同嘅功夫，落咗好多唔同嘅種子喺唔同嘅方面。咁啊，蕭 Sir 佢喺青少年工作咧係特別擺好多時間心機落去。咁呢個咧亦都會係我哋一直以嚟喺警隊咧上上下下其中一個大嘅方向。咁亦都唔會話因為有改變咧係會有任何太大嘅變動啦。咁至於我喺之前又有講過，其實年青人當然除咗喺個警隊內部，即係點樣同一啲新嘅年青嘅同事去，大家會有啲多啲嘅理解方面咧。其實我諗年青人嘅工作咧，我哋會繼續，亦都係我自己心裏面嘅其中一個希望可以做到嘅嘢。因為咧，我諗所有嘅年青人咧，其實大家都年青過，可能你哋依家仲係年青。不過咧，我曾經年青過，我亦都知道年青人咧，可能喺嗰個階段嘅時候，可能會有一啲佢哋嘅諗法，或者係點樣，或者佢同一啲成年人，或者係再大啲年紀啊，再成熟啲嘅一啲長輩，佢哋嘅溝通，其實呢啲咧都係希望可以點樣做多啲功夫咧，去連接到，咁令到其實我哋而家做緊好多唔同嘅工作嘅，你會見到譬如我哋有毒品調查科做緊個領袖學院啊，禁毒領袖學院啦。又或者我哋唔同區域少年警訊啦，亦都做緊好多唔同嘅類型嘅工作啦，甚至乎咧就係我哋上個禮拜亦都有一個關於點樣去應對一個性有識一啲年青人嘅一啲工作。其實你見到我哋不斷咧做緊好多好多唔同嘅青少年工作，就係希望咧喺唔同嘅界別咧早少少，令到啲年青人咧佢哋唔會係起碼有一個正確嘅價值觀啦，同埋佢哋唔會咧係犯任何一啲嘅錯誤，甚至乎最重要係佢哋唔會被成為一啲無論係騙徒又好，或者係一啲希望可以去喺性罪行方面可以去令到佢哋變咗一啲，我應該咁講係點樣令到佢哋唔會喺一啲性罪行變咗一啲受害人咁樣。咁呢啲咧都係我希望喺嚟緊嘅時間喺做青少年工作咧會更加落力嘅地方嚟嘅。
好，英文問題先啦嚇，前面啡色衫嗰位女士。
Good afternoon. English questions from RTHK. So you mentioned 3 specific areas you will focus on. Can you share more specifics about those goals, especially in the first year of your tenure? And what is your main priority out of the 3 areas? And the second question is, who will be taking your former position as number 2 in the force? Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. And talking about the 3 main areas, first and foremost, it must be the most important and instrumental for us to safeguard the national security. And at the same time, I mentioned previously about the hoping to enhance the national security awareness of the whole community. I think after 5 years of the enactment of the national security law, I think still the society or even some member of the public that we want them to understand more about what we mean by national security. This is far most important because after all we understand the national security. If we don't have any national security, I don't think that we have a very stable society at all. As regards to your second questions talking about I mean, number 2, you mean the Deputy Commissioner of the Operations. Yes, we have always a very well-established mechanism talking about promotion, appointment, etc. So we will also follow that footstep, and I will timely inform the public once it has been confirmed.
Okay, any other 黑色衫嗰位女士，唔該。
Good afternoon. Some questions from South China Morning Post. You've mentioned the need to enhance societal awareness of national security. 5 years on from the first national security law in Hong Kong, what awareness gaps have you spotted despite widespread media reports and publicity campaigns on national security over the past 5 years? With criminal activity becoming increasingly international amid rising geopolitical tensions and even sanctions on Hong Kong officials, how do you plan to maintain cooperation with overseas law enforcement agencies?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. And talk about how to enhance security awareness, and then what sort of gap that we have seen. That I'm sure that everyone is aware about this legislation of the national security, but I think in fact the scope of national security is far more extensive than what we always mention about. Okay, so we understand there are more than solely about talking about the how normally that we've seen the area of national security now, and also I think somehow as I also highlighted earlier, that very often we've heard about the overall situation, the social the overall situation in Hong Kong is pretty stable right now. And so why do we still need to conduct so many investigations or continue some arrest, etc.? So they think that, the threat has gone, but in fact it's not. I think very obvious that we can see very often some people are still trying to seek their ways and to see if there are any loopholes that they can use it to instigate some actions to threaten the national security. And talking about the sanctions, whether there would be anything that would affect our cooperations with our overseas law enforcement agencies, I think we have very well established the channel to cooperate with different overseas law enforcement agencies, say, for example, through the Interpol channel, that and also from time to time that we will receive some requests, and also reciprocally that we will also send some requests to other overseas law enforcement agencies. I don't think that the sanction that would be there are any significant impact for this topic.
前面藍色衫係咪？
Two questions from AFP. First of all, the police have issued bounties against overseas activists in the past. How will you evaluate whether these sorts of bounties are successful, and will police issue more of these bounties? My second question is about freedom of assembly in Hong Kong. Under your tenure, do you foresee that police will approve more public assemblies, public marches, and so on, protest marches?
Talking about the whether we will issue more bounties, I think that's a very sensitive one that we will not comment anything in relation to the issuance at this moment. And talking about freedom of assembly, in fact, citizens in Hong Kong, according to the Basic Law, they enjoy the privilege of the freedom of assembly and also public speech, etc. But of course, for every this kind of public event that we will evaluate, and also the conduct threat assessment. So I think it is subject-based and depends on the events and also the capability of the organizers, etc. Thank you.
好，最後兩題，呢位藍色衫女士。
處長，我是深圳卫视的，想用普通话提问一下，就是关于现在的犯罪，其实也有很多跨境犯罪的现象，包括一些高科技的犯罪，在这方面您有没有跟内地的一些有关部门进行过交流？另外就是现在高科技方面，深圳也有很多高科技的一些做法，有没有一些未来的一些互相联通的一些计划呢？
好，你好，我尝试用普通话回答你这个问题。如果我说的不灵光，你就不要介意。其实这个跨境的罪案，其实我们跟内地的不同的公安的同行也是有很紧密的联系。特别是比如说这个诈骗案。这个诈骗案我们也是很多的交流，比如说我们也跟这个国内的国家反诈中心有一些不同的联系，还有就是这个刚刚我们上2个星期我们就到了这个北京，跟这个国家教育局跟他们也是希望这到香港念书的港漂。也是希望可以多做一点的功夫，令他们知道这个有这个机会，他们会在香港被骗。然后你说的高科技，对，也是国内也是有很多高科技，我们也是